Hello people, my name is Malik. You are watching our YouTube channel Tech.Repair. We have iPhone 11, the damaged, cracks, broken LCD display screen. So let's get into it, see the quickest and how we can repair it. First of all, what we're gonna do is, there are two screws, we have to take them off, and little advice, lightly press it here. They are Pentalobe, and you need this is Pentalobe screwdriver, it's not a Phillips head. Okay, so these two screws, we take them out. Okay, and what we're gonna do is, we're gonna apply some heat. You can use a hairdryer. Okay, 100, 110, 120 degree, you can use that, depends on the gun you use, the heat gun. So after applying a couple of minutes, it's pretty warm, pretty toasty. What we're gonna do is, if you have a suction cup, this is brilliant. We're just gonna try to get into this point there, just try to hold it there. Once you get your hold into that place, you can use a pry tool like this and just run through like this. Okay, and then start from this side and you just run through there. This place you might need to do a couple of times like this. There we go. Take the suction cup off and do this. Okay, give it a bit of support with anything, so you don't have to let it lean too deep, too down, because you have to be careful these connectors. The second thing what we need is, we need this is a tri-point. Again, it's not a Phillips head, it's a tri-point screwdriver you need. And the first of all, what we need to is always disconnect the battery. Any electrical thing you're working on it, we have to remove the battery. Hold the screw here, another tri-point, and this is another tri-point. 3 tri-points. Screws been removed. So we're gonna take this little metal plate from here. Okay, and now we are gonna disconnect the battery connector. You can use that sort of dentist tool what we have. A toothpick would be the best thing, or a little pry tool, because ideally always is use a plastic sort of tool. So this is a battery connector, we disconnected it, and we're gonna bend it a little bit nicely on this side. Okay, so after this, what I always advise is, try to press and hold the volume up or volume down and power button, because it's gonna drain all the resistance. It's gonna drain all the sort of the capacity and resistance from the resistors. Okay, so now we are going to open these screws. They are Y head again. 2, 3, okay, take this metal plate off, apply a little bit heat on the connectors for 100 degree. You don't have to do that, but this is a Face ID connector. There was a little screw hanging in there, so we just removed that, took it out from that. Now we are going to disconnect LCD and the touch connectors, so your panel is off. Okay, so this is your rest of the phone, put it on the side. Now we're gonna try to take the Face ID front camera off. So first of all, you need is again tri-point. Make sure you have to have these 3 screws drivers. Okay, and now you need a Phillips set at this point to remove this one. That's one. Keep it on the side. Don't mix them. They are 3 different dimension screws. They are not all the same. So you should know that screw I took it out must go here, not here. This is the last screw. Remove this. Now, very careful at this point. We're gonna flip it over like this, very careful, because we're not gonna let these connectors to be damaged or broken. Now there is a little metal clip holding the Face ID sensor. Just take it out like this. Just like that. Okay. Now we're gonna hold it like with your spot of your finger, like this, and we're gonna apply heat for about 30 seconds, 100 degree. Once we've done that, okay, we're gonna use one of the tools to disconnect this like this. Sometimes it comes out very easy, sometimes a little effort, but you need to be very careful. Most important thing is you don't put any pressure or force on this one. That's the Face ID sensor. Okay, some of the new screens comes with these brackets. Some of the screen doesn't come with a bracket, but you can take them off if it's really that screen is still hot because we applied a lot of heat. So you can remove this bracket, okay? And this bracket you can less apply on the screen. If you buy the new LCD screen that comes without these brackets, you can use the old ones, but you might just need a little bit kind of brush it, clean it. Okay, so this is our new LCD display screen. It comes with the bracket, but if it doesn't come with a bracket, not a big deal. Now this is the Face ID we just removed, and we are gonna put it back in. There is a little slot here, and the Face ID sensor goes in there. Okay, so this is how they sit precisely on that point. See that? Okay, this is the little metal bracket we had removed. We are going to put it back. This you might just need to, so you can clearly see it. At this point I will not struggle too much. I would be very careful, gentle, take the much time at this because this is your Face ID and you don't want to damage it. There we go. It's a little clip kind of. That's it. So now this goes back like this. Okay, and now we are going to use any one of them first. See these screws? So I'm gonna try to put a little one. This is tri-point, so I'm gonna use a tri-point screwdriver, not a Phillips head. And hold this screw very careful because it can just fly in the air and then you will have a difficulty to find it. No, that's the one screw there. Goes into this point. And one screw go here. I will not tighten them all these 3 in one go. I will just couple of like this, leave them a little bit loose. Now I will be tight them because you kind of need to a little bit adjust them. There we go. So now we're gonna fit it back. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold the screen like this, and this ribbon need to go into this place. This is for the Face ID, front camera, and upper earpiece speaker connector. Click. I'm gonna be careful at that point because there is a turn L shape. You don't want to tear it. So all it is the longer you can take, much time you can take is better. These 2 connectors are, one is bigger, one is smaller. So the bigger connector goes into the bigger. Okay. And this is the smaller connector, goes into this point. So I'm watching on a 3 side actually. Regardless, it's gonna take you time. Good. The most important thing I'm watching is this connector, that it doesn't go further. Okay, so that's done. That's done. So gonna give this little sport back. Okay, this plate goes back on it. Now we're gonna put these 5 Y head screws. Okay, so we have installed these 5 screws, but make sure you do not tighten them so much, because there is a bolt underneath. You don't want to lose it. If you tighten so much, you put too much pressure, that can lose. So that's mean phone can goes on off and could have a different problem. So very careful. Now at this point you need to be more careful. Okay, so you need to see with the thumb, you need to little bit there, because now we're gonna connect the battery. Okay, some people I see them, they connect the battery before they're putting all the connectors, because you're running the static, you can have some short circuit somewhere. It's easier to put the battery before, but then you're gonna run into the bigger problem, because you could short circuit and then you have to change some IC and resistor, or some chip or IC can be damaged. So very careful there. All at this point is you rather be careful when you're putting this, keeping eye on the ribbons, cables, connectors. It sometimes does annoys you, but it's better than you put the battery connector before you put all these connectors.